In Pets Go, there are plenty of different game passes that you can buy in the game. And obviously not all of them are going to be worth it to buy, so in this video I'm going to be going over which game passes you should not buy in Pets Go. Now obviously I'm not going to be able to explain each and every one of these game passes in very clear detail, so if you want to know more about them, make sure to check out the playlist I've linked in the description, in which I explain every single game pass one by one, so you can check out if you think it's worth it for you or not by those more into detail definitions. Now before we get into this video, let's give one lucky winner a free pet in Pets Go. Obviously I like to make you guys happy by helping you guys out in the game, making you guys richer by showing you guys tips on what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And I'm also going to be giving out a lucky person, which in this case is going to be Alton Bahoy's, a brand new free item in the game. So congratulations to you, by the way. Now this night terror cat isn't a brand new pet in the game, but hopefully you enjoy it and make good use of it. Anyways, let's get right into the video. Now let's start off with the absolute worst game pass in my opinion in this game, and this game pass is hated by many players, and most players actually haven't bought this game pass, especially because it has absolutely no effect when you're grinding in the game. And this game pass is going to be the one and only 2x coins game pass. This is absolutely the worst game pass in the game. Currently, it is not worth it to buy it whatsoever, no matter the circumstance in the game. Whether you are new to the game or whether you have been playing for a long time, there is no reason for you to get this game pass, as the coins have absolutely no benefits beyond upgrading all your upgrades. After that, you get absolutely nothing out of these coins in the game. Now yes, obviously you can still use the coins on the vending machine and certain merchants in the game, but these costs for the vending machine and the merchants are so cheap to the point where the coins don't even matter. As you can see on my screen, I have beyond the maximum amount of coins you could hold anyways. Now the next game pass that I'm going to say you shouldn't buy, partially because they added in more game passes that are way better and kind of eliminate the reason why you need this game pass, is going to be the Lucky Game Pass. In my previous videos, I mentioned that the Lucky Game Pass does give you a pretty good boost in the game and does technically increase your luck when rolling, but this game pass has been overruled by other game passes such as the Celestial Luck and the Ultra Lucky, in which they overlap this normal Lucky Game Pass, therefore not really needing you to own it at all. The game pass that technically overruled on this game pass that made it kind of not worth it at all to purchase nowadays is technically the diamond printer, as long as you're able to roll in the game a lot of pets, this diamond printer will make you tons and tons of gems, which will pretty much guarantee you being able to purchase the pets you would get from owning that Lucky Game Pass anyways. Now let's go into those game passes that necessarily aren't too terrible, but they aren't the best to own in the game. The next one I'm going to disregard as not a really worth the game pass anymore is going to be the Huge Hunter. Now in previous videos I did mention that the Huge Hunter game pass will be pretty useful when rolling in the game for a huge pet, but clearly in this game it is way too difficult to roll a huge pet by itself without any luck boost from the exclusive shop. So technically, even if you have the Huge Hunter, it's still going to be very difficult for you to roll a huge pet, therefore not technically making this game pass worth it to buy. Now in Pet Simulator 99, the Huge Hunter game pass was actually super good, and you could actually get a pretty significant amount of huge pets, boosting your utility from playing in that game and making it more entertaining when you're hatching the huge pet, because obviously everybody wants to hatch a huge. Now unlike that game, in this game I don't see the worth it of purchasing this game pass anymore. Now obviously I did mention that there are perks from having this game pass, and yes, it will technically make your experience better and it will technically give you a higher chance of getting a huge pet, but I haven't seen anyone necessarily get a huge pet from purchasing this game pass and just rolling on a regular AFK. Now, these next two game passes I'm going to rank at the same level of like how good or how bad they are, and that is going to be the 3 pets equipped game pass and the ultra lucky game pass. Now, these game passes do completely different functions. The ultra lucky game pass increases your luck when you roll in the game, and the 3+ pets equipped game pass, well, obviously as it's called the 3+ equipped game pass, it allows you to equip 3 more pets in the game. Now, both of these game passes give you an increase in luck in the game. One of them gives you a guaranteed permanent increase in luck, while the other one allows you to equip some more pets, which will technically also increase your luck in the game. Now, the reason why these game passes might not be worth it anymore is because, as I previously mentioned in the beginning of this video, the 2 game passes nowadays that have the most effect are going to be the 12 dice game pass and the diamond printer game pass, which allows you to pretty much print unlimited diamonds when you're rolling in the game. Now, the reason why it's not really worth it to buy these anymore is because whether or not you get super rare pets or just garbage pets when rolling, you are going to get quite a significant amount of diamonds when you have the 12 dice and the diamond printer. So technically, with that in mind, it makes this game pass irrelevant. Now, obviously, I still think that if you don't have that much game passes and you don't have a lot of the dice game passes, then sure, it's not the worst to buy, but in my opinion, it's not really worth it anymore, as with the diamond printer and the 12 dice, you could easily make a ton of gems and just buy the pets that you would necessarily get from hatching them with these game passes. Now, the next 2 game passes that I'm going to mention are going to be in that category where game passes are going to start actually being worth it to buy still. And these 2 game passes are going to be the Hyper Dice and the VIP. Now, obviously, if you don't know what the Hyper Dice and the VIP does, with the Hyper Dice in particular, it pretty much increases the speed of your rolling in the game by quite a significant amount, which in my opinion is actually sort of worth it. Now, many people are going to point out that you could technically just use these potions in the game that allow you to roll the pets faster, which yes, technically you can, but with this game pass, it allows you to roll the pet faster and have that boost applied on, making it double as fast when you're rolling. Now, the reason why this is important is when you have the triple dice combo with the diamond printer, or the 12 dice actually, it makes you be able to get more gems when you roll, and each time you roll, you'll get a certain amount of gems. With the Hyper Dice, you will actually be getting a lot more rolls in during the same time period, which technically allows you to get a lot more gems when rolling in the game. Now, the VIP Game Pass is on the same level in my opinion of like worth it to buy and worth it not to buy. It's kind of like in between the middle, and the reason why I'm saying it's not like that good or that bad is because you are actually going to get a lot out of it. Now, of course, in the VIP video, I gone over everything you get from it, but you can clearly see that listed here quite a significant amount of stuff you get from having this game pass, such as a luck boost, a chat tag, even a trading badge when you trade with people. You get a hoverboard and a booth, and above all that, you also get 400,000 gems to start off your grinding in the game. Now, that 400,000 gems used to be more worth it than it is now, because now they added in the diamond printer, which kind of eliminates the reason why you would need that 400,000 gems. But still, if you get that 400 gems, it's going to give you a boost in the game and make it easier for you to get huge pets and other rare items. So now, let's go into those game passes that in my opinion are actually still worth it to buy. Now, of course, as I previously mentioned, there are the Celestial Luck Game Pass, the Diamond Printer, and the 12 dice left that I've technically not gone over if it's worth it to buy or not. Let's start off with the Celestial Luck. Now, as I mentioned before earlier in this video, the other luck game passes do give you an increase in luck, but they aren't as significant as you think. Therefore, I pretty much describe them as not worth it to buy. Now, this game pass is pretty much the same as those game passes, But here's why this Game Pass might actually be worth it for you, and the other two might not. Of course, I understand these Game Passes stack on each other, but with this particular Celestial Luck Game Pass, I do believe this Game Pass alone gives you way more luck boost than both those other Game Passes combined. The reason why I mentioned that in particular is because when I purchased this Game Pass, about a few hours later when rolling in the game, ever since then till now, I've started to see that all my pets that I've been rolling have been giving quite a big jump in the amount of luck you get from rolling in the game. Now, of course, you don't necessarily need good luck in this game when rolling anymore, as they have made other Game Passes that kind of eliminate the reason why you would need good pets, but pretty much this does increase the amount of good pets you get. So if you are multitasking in the game, it is going to increase the maximum opportunity you are using and give you the best of the best items in that same limited amount of time you are using. Of course, in this video, if I am missing any explanations or I'm not very clear on why Game Pass is or isn't worth it, make sure to let me know down below in the comments and I'll explain in a little bit more detail, or I'll let you know which video to check out on my channel that will explain that Game Pass more, and that'll let you decide if you think it's worth it or not. Obviously, I am aware that this game is paid to win, therefore, in my opinion, all these Game Passes I am mentioning are pretty much just a general introductory on all of them. So if you want to know more in detail on what they give before purchasing any of them, make sure to check that playlist I've mentioned in the description. And in those series of videos, I go over every single Game Pass one at a time, therefore letting you watch it before you decide if you think it's worth it to buy or not. Of course, from the beginning of this video, I mentioned two Game Passes in particular that are really common in the game now, and that is the 12 dice and the diamond printer. Now, the reason why I'm going to say both these Game Passes are worth it is because of how much you are actually going to get out of it. Of course, these two Game Passes combined are going to cost you almost 10,000 Robux on Roblox, which in my opinion is an absurd number of Robux. So obviously you should go watch those videos that I talked about these Game Passes in more detail before deciding if you're going to get it or not. So pretty much, as the diamond printer is trying to tell you, you pretty much earn diamonds from rolling in the game. As the name describes the Game Pass, yes, you are actually just printing diamonds out of thin air. Now, what they don't tell you about this Game Pass is if you don't have like 5 pets rolling at the same time or 12 pets rolling at the same time, it is not actually worth it to buy this Game Pass. Now, here's why. Pretty much, when you're rolling in the game, each pet you get on the screen, depending on the rarity, will give you a certain number of gems. If you only have one pet rolling, you're only going to necessarily get like 20 to 30 gems per roll, making one entire night of AFKing that will only get you like maybe 200,000 gems. Now, of course, 200,000 gems is not a small number, but you could pretty much earn 200,000 gems from flipping in the plaza really easily. So therefore, having just one dice rolling and this Game Pass, the diamond printer, is not actually worth it. But if you have 12 pets or even 5 pets rolling, then that changes the story. With more pets rolling in the game, pretty much what it gives you is a higher opportunity of rolling rarer pets. Above that, when you're rolling more pets in the game, this diamond printer Game Pass gives you gems depending on what rarity each and every pet you roll is. So technically, if you roll 5 pets and they're worth about 30 gems each that they would give you, you are getting 30 times 5 if you have 5 pets rolling at the same time. Now obviously the 12 dice Game Pass is one of the more expensive Game Passes in this game. So obviously I wouldn't recommend that one in particular. I would partially recommend the Penta dice more. But pretty much if you have the dice Game Passes and the diamond printer, you are pretty much maximizing on what you could get in the game. Therefore, maximizing on the Robux you spend for the best return afterwards. Now, thanks for watching this video, by the way. I pretty much gone over every single Game Pass. Let me know down below in the comments which one is your favorite and if you agree with my opinion or not. Other than that, thanks for watching this video and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.